Have you ever stopped talking to someone you were once really close with? Not because of a big fight or anything, but because the communication between you two just stopped? The, the reason I'm talking today is to share the importance of communication in relationships and why it plays such a key role in maintaining those relationships in the long run. Effective communication is essential in these relationships because it builds trust, strengthens emotional connection, and helps resolve conflict. I will discuss how communication builds this trust and helps manage conflicts. Communication builds trust in relationships. Trust depends on honesty and openness. From a section of Better Health, the importance of communication. Communication is an essential aspect of development and maintenance of a strong relationship. It shows how communication is necessary for building trust and maintaining relationships. You have to have the proper foundation of having talks with people to build trust, to share parts of your life, to share parts of who you are with them so they can understand you. And it goes both ways. They share part of themselves, you share part of yourself. You get to know a bit about each other, and it helps build the foundation of your relationship moving on into the long run. And a lack of communication leads to doubt and insecurities. From the same section of the Better Health article, without it, trust, conflict resolution, and other important elements of a connection become difficult or even impossible. This demonstrates that without communication, trust breaks. If you don't talk about your problems with people, or if you don't share parts of yourself with them as you're getting to know each other, they won't know where they stand with you. They won't know that the way you act it's just who you are, and not because they're angry at you, they're upset with you, they're sad. It's the communication helps you understand them, and it'll help them understand you. And a consistent form of communication reinforces stability. From a different section of Better Health called Communication Skills Can Help You Build Trust, it states the more you and your partner can use your individual communication skills, the more trust you'll build in each other. When you have talks with people, you don't only talk to them, you also listen to them. It's the regular communication that strengthens trust over time that you have to really understand to help with your relationships. If you have to understand your friends or your relationship, you have to listen. You have to talk, and you have to listen and respond to them and understand where they're coming from. Communication strengthens an emotional connection. Sharing thoughts and feelings creates closeness. You don't only have to share a story from middle school or how something made you feel back in high school. You have to share your current thoughts. If something makes you upset, or if something makes you happy, or more importantly, if something they do makes you upset, you have to share it with them. Otherwise, it'll just pile up in your stomach and spill out in the moment you least want it to. From another section of Better Health, effective communication can help you know your partner on a deeper level. It explains that if you frequently offer your thoughts and feelings, you may be able to gain a better understanding over time. So, not only does sharing your thoughts and feelings to your partner and them sharing it to you help you not spill it over, help you get your feelings out, and help you, properly express your emotions, it'll also help you, if these problems arise again, you'll be able to realize how your communication really works with them and how they'll react, so then you know that it's not on you or on them, it's just how you feel and how they feel. It shows that sharing emotional connections can help you feel closer by making you understand the other person. Communication allows people to understand each other better, as I was saying, and Better Health, from the same section. Another quote is, "You can learn more about how their mind works, what their needs and priorities are." It shows how communication helps people better understand each other deeply. Again, if you have these conversations with them, you'll understand how they react to how you react and how you reacted in the first place. And it'll also show how their mind works in processing conflict and processing information. And if you have these talks, you'll understand where you both stand to each other. Communication creates emotional safety and connection. From another section of Better Health, Why Communication Matters, it states that clear and compassionate communication paves the way for a deeper understanding and acceptance of your significant other and friends. It's how communication builds emotional connection and acceptance. Again, if something they do upsets you, or makes you feel some type of way that you didn't want it to feel and you talk to them, it'll show that you do accept who they are, but it'll show that you have your own boundaries, and if they crossed it, you won't fall out over that boundary being crossed, but instead you'll grow with each other. And communication helps resolve conflict effectively. I have been talking about how it can build trust and how it can build connection, and these are really the building blocks of how you can resolve the conflict that will eventually occur. We all have conflict in our lives, especially with friends and significant others. So having this foundation can really help manage those conflicts. Healthy communication allows problems to be addressed directly. From a new section of Better Health, communication can help reduce conflict. It explains that if something is bothering your partner, but you don't know what it is, your chances of being able to resolve it are slim to none. It shows how communication is necessary to solve problems. Once you've built this trust and once you've built this connection, even if you don't know what the problem is, you'll still be able to lend an ear if they eventually want to come to you, or you'll be able to kind of piece together what that problem is and try to help them in small ways. And it can help you understand if they need comfort or if they need to be alone. And communication helps resolve conflict faster. From the same section, if communicated openly and honestly, you're likely to be able to resolve conflicts more quickly. Again, what I was saying just right before this, if you have that foundation preset and if you have what you need, those conflicts will take less time to, again, all conflicts are different, but in most cases, if you have that foundation of trust and closeness, most conflicts will be able to be resolved quickly. And poor communication can often make conflict worse. The result is often miscommunication and conflict that may erode your trust. That's necessary for a healthy relationship. If you didn't have that proper communication when you first started having a relationship with them, platonic or romantic, it'll just crumble down once you try to resolve a conflict, but you say the wrong thing or you do the wrong action because you didn't have this conversation with them prior on what things made them feel or something in their past. It shows how communication can really damage a relationship before it even starts or in the middle of it. Effective communication is an essential part in relationships because it builds trust, strengthens emotional connection, and helps resolve conflict. I discussed how communication builds this trust, deepens the connections, and improves the conflict resolution in the different areas. Trust, emotional connection, and understanding the importance of communication can really help build stronger relationships in your life. It can help you be happier with not only who you are, but who you surround yourself with. At the end of the day, most relationships fail because people just stop communicating, or that communication leads to bigger conflict.